Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Lorena. So guys, it is the 1st of October and it's my super crazy reading month. If you haven't seen my TBR, I'll leave links. You can go and see the mess and the chaoticness of that. But I'm reading about 14-ish books this month on my TBR. So yes, I decided to do weekly vlogs throughout October, which I've never done before. I've done like a vlog here and there, but I never like committed to doing them weekly every week. So yeah, that's new. So I'm taking part in quite a few readathons. I today start Spoopathon and Magical-Hop-Athon. So I'm actually starting them with the same book. Despite having so many on my TBR, I actually was slightly clever. So I'm starting off with Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I'm reading it as an ebook on script. It's really short, which is great, but for Spoopathon, it covers off a book with a black cover, and I'm also getting bonus points for recommended to you because Hugo from Scientist Reading World recommended Coraline to me, so thank you Hugo. I will get 75 points once I finish that book. Excellent. And then for Magical-Hop-Athon, it is my entry ticket, which is read a fantasy or magical realism book, and Coraline is classed on Goodreads. It does have some dark fantasy elements. It's a children's book, middle grade, some sort of like children's horror type book. So yeah, it covers off that, which is fantastic. So yes, I've started it this morning. I've not got that far into it. I have today off, fantastic. I will be going to Bath later, provided the weather is decent, because it has not been great and it's started to rain this morning, so we'll see. And oh, you know how like my TBR for October is super huge, right? So obviously, you know, I wanted to make sure that I didn't carry over any books into October. However, I have June still left. Like I'm 58% of the way through, I think, according to my Kindle. I also have an audiobook and I think there's about 4 hours left. So yeah, I have to fit that in as well, which is just fantastic. I didn't manage to finish it in time and I was already partway through, so I'm going to continue with it. Just annoyed at myself basically. I should have like just locked myself in the room for like a whole night just to finish it or something. So yeah, that's a great way to start October. But yes, I'm gonna do some reading and I will catch up with you later on. Hello. Okay, so I've just had my lunch and I'm going to be going off to Bath soon, so you can get some nice bath footage, I hope. So yeah, I'm about halfway through Coraline, and I realised that when I spoke to you before, I didn't actually mention what it's about, and not everyone might know what Coraline's about. So it's a middle grade book. It's dark fantasy, like with some kind of children's horror elements, I suppose, because like when I've been reading it, I'm like, oh, if I was like, because middle grade is what, 8 to 12? Yeah, if I was like around 10 or whatever, I'd, you know, I'd be like, well, this is quite creepy and scary, and I still like those elements. I just enjoy it on a different level now, you know. So yes, Coraline, they've moved into this new house and it's like towards the end of the summer holidays. She's a bit bored and like exploring around. There isn't like any children around, so she counted all the windows and all the doors. 13 of the 14 doors open, but the 14th one doesn't. However, one day she gets it open and she goes through the door into a house that looks exactly like hers, except there's the other mother and the other father. And yes, they seem all nice and lovely, but they want to keep her, and that's the premise of it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm about halfway through. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I'm reading it's the ebook. My plan was to borrow the audiobook from my library, but somebody got to it before I did. So I'm just doing the ebook. So I should finish that later on today, and then yeah, we'll see which one I go next. I can't read my next one's for Magical-Hop-Athon because it links in with Stabathon, which starts on Monday, and then another one links in with Spoopathon as well, but I need to read some other books before I get to that one, so I'll probably move on to my next Spoopathon one, which is translated fiction. So yeah, let's get Caroline over and done with. You're gonna see some lovely footage of Bath. Good morning, it is October the 2nd, and I don't know if you can see behind me, it's raining. Okay, that's not very clear, but it's raining. It's one of those days that it's gonna rain all day. We're at that time of the year where it's gonna rain all day. So yes, yesterday, as you would have seen by now, I was in Bath. Had a nice day in Bath. The cold weather has started, but I do love a good jumper, so pros and cons, you know, pros and cons. But I finished Coraline last night. Coraline last night. I managed to catch the end of Hugo's reading sprints, his channel Scientist Reading World. So I managed to catch the end of that and sprinted and finished Coraline. And yes, I enjoyed it. It's really nice. It's a nice middle grade. It's not, I don't tend to pick up middle grade, but I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 3-star. Yeah, it was a nice quick read, enjoyable, and yeah, I think for the age group, they'd really enjoy that, and I definitely want to try and watch the film since I've never seen it, so that is on the agenda to try and watch this month. So that means I've completed my first prompts for Magical-Hop-Athon. So I've done the entrance ticket into the park. It's Magic Kingdom. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday. I'm doing Magic Kingdom. So I need to do attraction, snack and show prompts before I'll be able to move on to any of the other parks. However, I'm not gonna be picking up my next book for that one until Monday, because one of them aligns with Stabathon, which starts on Monday, and then the other one aligns with Spoopathon, but is a much later prompt, which I did consider swapping it out because it's like read after 3 p.m. Sorry, read after 3 p.m. But I don't know, because that was my plan after filming. I thought about it, but that was before I carried June over into October, so we might not do that. We might not add an extra book to my TBR. Let's hold that thought at the moment. But yes, for Spoopathon, I got 75 points for completing Coraline, because I got the usual 25 points for completing with a black cover, and then also I got recommended to you as a bonus prompt. I got 50 points for that, so 75 points. And I'm on team Spectral Shenanigans. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday either, which means we can kind of, when you go onto a prompt, you can like hop across and do a different one. However, I'm going diagonally down, And the next one's translated book, and actually I have one that I want to read, so I'm not going to hop across. I'll do that later on another one. So yes, I'm reading Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez, and this one is a short story collection, horror short story collection. I read her other one last October, Things We Lost in the Fire, and really enjoyed it. And interestingly enough, Dangerous Smoking in the Bed came out this year in English translated, but it was originally in 2009, I think she wrote it. Is it done in Spanish because she's from Argentina? And Things We Lost in the Fire, I think it was 2016. So they translated her second collection before her first collection, which I thought was odd. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading her first one. It's going to be interesting to see. Usually you read like the first one, you know, to see how the writing style is developed. So it's going to be interesting to see, oh, I've got a spot. It's going to be interesting to see how it is. I don't know. I'm not expecting to enjoy it quite as much as Things We Lost in the Fire. But I could be pleasantly surprised. Let's see. So I'm going to read that. And then I didn't read anything of June yesterday, and I want to try and read some of that. I want to try and get both of these books done by Sunday, so then I can kick off Stabathon on Monday and read my next one. Yeah, my next one as well for Magical-Hop-Athon, etc. So, and I still got to start reading It, because that was one of the things I wanted to do this month and do a separate vlog on, so it's not going to be in this vlog if I do it, but we need to get June done the end of tomorrow, Sunday, and yeah, okay. So yes, it's a really super rainy day. I will need to pop to the shops in a bit, but I'm literally not going to do anything else because it's forecast to rain all day, and it is, looking outside, it is one of those days that, you know, if you're from the UK, you know. If you're from the UK, you know, you just tell that it's a day that's going to rain all day, which is perfect for reading. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to get to reading, because I have lots of reading to do. Catch up in a bit. Guys, so I've read a little bit, but don't have too much of a reading update. I am slowly making my way through June and The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. I'm gonna get that title eventually. However, I've had a parcel. Now I think this is from Chloe Reads Books, because I won the giveaway as part of her book club for one of the book club picks. So I've like cut it open, but I've not actually opened it yet. So let's just open it up. Oh, it is. She left me a cute little note saying, "Thank you for supporting me, my book club and my channel. Love, Chloe." Okay. Oh, I couldn't believe that I actually won. I don't really win things in general, but this is going to be one of her book club picks. I know that she is going to be announcing the next books for the next few months, so this is going to be one of them for sure. So it's Dancing with the Octopus by Deborah Harding. So one Omal Winter Day in 1978, when Deborah Harding was just 14, she was abducted at knife point, thrown into a van, assaulted, held for ransom and left to die. But what if this wasn't the most traumatic defining event in her childhood? So yes, that's it. I believe this is non-fiction, yet the telling of a true crime. And yeah, I'm super intrigued. I don't want to know too much more than that, because I like going into things only knowing a little bit of information, because if that's not the most dramatic thing of her childhood, like what happened? So that's excellent. Also, I went to TK Maxx. Now, you know how there's like the stationery section and you'll see books. Now, I always see cooking books and I never actually pay attention. But then I saw a Lisa Jewell book which caught my eye, which is one I have, so I didn't buy it. However, they had the Shadow and Bone series, which I've been wanting to read for ages. And guys, it was only $7.99 for all three, because the works, I saw them in the works the other day and they had them for $15.99. I was like, oh, I'll go back another time. I'm glad I didn't, because yeah. So guys, TK Maxx has books in it. which I should not have found that information because that's going to be a disaster. I spend too much money in there anyway, so now I'm going to be looking for books. But yes, that's it. That's the update for now, and I'll check in with you later. Afternoon going towards evening. Bit of a reading update. So I haven't read any more of Dangers of Smoking in Bed. I've not picked it up yet today. I've been reading June to get June finished because yeah, like I said, I needed that off since it was carried over from a September TBR, and I've done and finished it. The audiobooks helped like a lot for me to get through that. I have not decided what to rate it yet. I'm gonna go. I just feel a little bit let down. I don't know, I was expecting more because it's supposed to be like this great science fiction novel, and if you've like seen my videos before, I'm just not a science fiction reader, and I'm trying to like read other novels to see if it's just the ones I picked up, and I thought June, great, you know, it's the science fiction novel, you know, and yeah, I kind of fell flat. There's like a lot of descriptions, and at the end they did something like I really hate. I hate when a book, I know like it's a series, but I hate when a book ends on a little bit of like a cliffhanger to like lead on to the next one. So I feel like I didn't feel fully resolved, and that's really annoying because like I don't like, it feels like it's gonna force you to have to pick up the next one to find out what happens, which I'm not. I think I might just Google it, or if they're doing the films, then you know, I'll watch this film and hopefully they'll make the others and I can just watch the films or something. But like, I hate when books do that. Like, I really hate it. I think I'm leaning more to a 2.5. I was gonna say 3, but like, just that last bit at the end is this like, oh, you just needed to like, you know, a couple more pages and kind of wrap that bit up, and then obviously continue on with the story and like, you know, in the world, this world, like what's going and happening, but don't leave me with a cliffhanger, okay? Because like, I mean, I can kind of guess what's gonna happen, but just, you know, conclude it properly. Just conclude it properly. I'm thinking 2.5, guys. I'm glad I spoke to you. I'm glad we've spoken about this because I think 2.5, science fiction is 100% not my thing. I can conclude from reading June, not my thing. And I'm sorry for anyone who does like science fiction and really enjoys June, because like, I feel like there's people out there who really enjoy it. I feel like you either don't or like you really enjoy it. But yeah, if I did not have the audiobook, I probably would have DNF'd it. I'm not gonna lie. The audiobook helped me kind of wade through. Yes, but that's that. I'm gonna be making a roast chicken for dinner tonight. Love a roast on a Sunday. Chloe sprints around from Chloe Reads Books, who sent me the book. So yeah, I'll make sure I link down to her channel below. So yeah, hopefully I'll get through Dangerous Smoking Bed. Well, I don't know if I'll finish it all this evening, but get through a chunk before Stabathon starts tomorrow. I'm excited. Another readathon, at least that's going on for the whole week. So yes, not read, I mean, I've read a lot, it's just I felt like I've really focused in June to get it off, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks, you guys. Oh. Anyway, catch up with you later when I have more of a reading update. Monday evening, basically. Monday is like my total crazy day of the week. So I shortly have an Italian class. I'm doing an Italian course. Fortunately it's online, I don't have to go to the school. I don't have to worry about travelling. So yeah, Monday's like my really busy day, and I don't actually have that much time to read. However, I started the Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I always get the titles confused because there's the Final Girl Support Group, then there's Final Girls, which is Riley Sager, and then The Last Final Girl by Stephen Graham Jones. I think that's the way the titles go. There's too many Final Girl books. So yes, I started this morning because Stabathon has started. So that's a week-long readathon, and so you'll get the first half in this vlog and you'll get the second half in next week's vlog. Now this book also helps me out with Magical-Hop-Athon for the haunted house prompt to read a spooky book. So what's better than a slasher? Oh, this is for read a slasher book on a Stabathon. This is, yeah. So it is about, as you know, in slasher films there's always like one girl left standing who's like killed everyone, she survived, she's defeated the odds. So this is a support group of all the final girls. They're from like the 80s, and now I assume we're around about now, the timeline. So it's years later, no one's really interested in them anymore, but they've been having this therapy support group to help each other because no one else knows what it's like for them. But turns out somebody kills one of them, and they think somebody knows about group, and they're going to come after all of them. Yeah, intriguing premise. I'm enjoying it so far. So it's really hard. So I'm reading the ebook from my library, and on the app I think the pages do not correspond to the actual book because it says 207 pages, but I know it's more like 300 and something, the actual physical book. So I'm on page 41, which is like chapter 5. I'm listening to the audiobook, which I'm really enjoying. I listened to Horror Store on audiobook as well as reading the ebook when I read that last month, and it was a great audiobook as well, so definitely recommend these two. So yes, it says I have around about 6 hours, around about 12 hours left on the audiobook, but I'm listening to it 2.5 speed with the ebook because I can follow along at that speed. So I think I've run about 5 hours. I'm not going to do maths. So it shouldn't take me long to get through it, but I'm really enjoying it. Lynette is our main character, she's narrating, and I'm definitely getting unreliable narrator vibes from her. So I'm interested to see how it goes, because the action's starting to kick off. So yes, I'm enjoying it. That's really great. I have not picked up Dangerous Smoking in Bed yet since Saturday. I will probably tomorrow again at this point. Because I don't think I'm going to get that much reading done after I finished my Italian course, because I'm going to have dinner and then want to shower, and then maybe I'll read a little bit, but yeah, I don't expect to read too much more, but I'm enjoying it. Not much content on a Monday for me because it's crazy. Usually I have to go into the office, but I'm going to go on Wednesday instead because there's a colleague's leaving lunch, so usually I'd have to go into the office and then have Italian course, and then Mondays are crazy. But yes, that's it. That's reading update for the moment, and I probably won't speak to you until tomorrow, let's be honest, because I'm not really going to do that much reading now. But yes, I'm excited. Another readathon's kicked off, and I'm doing not too bad at this, so yay. Right, see you tomorrow. So it is Tuesday night. I have not spoken to you guys all day, I don't think. So I have read more of the final girl support group, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Lynette, who's an unreliable narrator, thank you, I said it correctly. I'm really enjoying her, and I have my theories of what's kind of going on, but we'll have to see if those pan out. Can't say because that would obviously be spoilers. But yeah, she's 100% an unreliable narrator. Yeah, obviously it's got to do with the trauma and everything, but she's an unreliable narrator, and I love an unreliable narrator. That's good. I've read a little bit more of Dangerous Smoking in Bed. I'm about 30% the way through. I am enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it as much as her other short story collection, but I was expecting that. So yeah, it is. There's some creepy elements. I enjoy it, but it's not the same. She very much hones in on like the kind of you can see that she plays through like how Argentina and Buenos Aires has been influenced by, you know, its past, etc. In that second collection, but I'm still enjoying it. So yes, I'm gonna be in the office tomorrow, so I'm definitely not gonna be reading as much. But yes, I need to try and get one of these books finished, like in the next 2 days. That's the plan. Have at least one of these done, so I don't fall behind on my huge and massive TBR. So yes, I will. Hello, it is Wednesday evening, and I have not done really that much reading since my last update. I've read a little bit more of Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez. I am enjoying it, but not as much as the first translated collection from her, but which is actually the second published short story collection by her. I am enjoying it. Like I said, I'm thinking it's maybe going to be 3-star. It just depends how. I'm not 50% of the way through, but it just depends how the rest of the stories pan out. But I think Things We Lost in the Fire was much better. It was like a 5-star for me. But we need to wait and see how it pans out. I'm not reading it as quick as I thought I would, but I think it's because it's a short story collection. So yeah, you don't really have something that's like pulling you back into the story, because you read your short story, that one's over, and then there's the next one. So like with a thriller or a horror, there's always something that's like bringing you back. So yeah, the Final Girls support group, sorry, because there's so many Final Girls books, but the Final Girls support group is, you know, it keeps pulling me back in. I don't think it's quite as good as Horror Store by Grady Hendrix's other novel, the first one I read by him. It's not quite as good, but I'm still enjoying it. But the Final Girl support group came out in summer, I want to say, and yeah, the reviews aren't as good as his other novels, but yeah, I still think it's pretty good. However, I have been at work today in the office, and then tomorrow as well, which is Thursday, I'm doing a visit to our new office because we're going to be moving office, which means I need to travel by train. So I'm losing, like, I've lost the reading time today. I'm going to lose some more reading time tomorrow. So what I'm thinking is, for Stabathon, because I haven't completed a book yet, and we're almost halfway through basically the readathon, and I haven't completed a book yet. So I have two options. I have either the choice for Chucky's Child Play, read a book involving children and or dolls, which I chose Goosebumps, Welcome to the Dead, House, which is the first Goosebumps one. Not read them since I was like a kid, or watched a TV show, because I'm like a 90s baby, so like Goosebumps was like the thing. I haven't, so there's that, which would be really fun. It's an audiobook on script, which is about 2.5 hours, and it's a middle grade, so it wouldn't take too long. Or I also have Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones, which is a novella, which again is about 3 hours long on script, and I had that down for 2 prompts. It was the Friday the 13th, read a book set during the summer, or get out, read a book by a BIPOC author. I'm thinking Night of the Mannequins, and also with Magical-Hop-Athon, I obviously completed my park entrance ticket, but I'm reading the final go support group for Haunted Mansion, read a spooky book. Now the next 2 prompts in that park I managed to kind of put together, which was corn dog nuggets for snacks, read a short book, less than 200 pages. And shows, I've chosen Festival of Fantasy, read a book but start after 3 p.m, which was Mindful of Birds. Both of those I chose Mindful of Birds, which I used on Spoopathon as well as a later prompt. However, it's going to take me a little while to get there, so rather than delay my progress through Magical-Hop-Athon, I'm thinking I'm going to switch it out. I think I'm going to do Night of the Mannequins. I think I want to enjoy that. I think I want to choose that one, another Stephen Graham Jones novella. I think it has like some sort of like slasher vibes as well, so I think I'm going to pick that up, listen to a little bit now, and then also, yes, because it's after 3 p.m, it's basically 7 p.m, so yes, it definitely fits that prompt. And I don't lose too much time, and then I can listen to Final Girl support group when I'm on the train tomorrow on the way to work. On the way back as well. No, on the way back I can listen to Night of the Mannequins because it's after 3 p.m. So that's great. That is great. So yeah, I'm gonna think of switch it out for one that I'm already reading. I'll probably speak to you tomorrow. Night. Hello, it is Thursday evening, and yes, I am back from work. Didn't go dressed like this, by the way. I was just really warm because I had a jumper and it turned out to be warmer today. And then I went to my new office, so I'm a bit tired because I was up earlier than normal because I had to actually take a train and stuff, so we're tired. However, I read a little bit, like another short story from The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. So I think I'm going towards 60% now. I'm probably going to focus on that for the rest of the evening for my reading and see if I can get that one done today. We'll see. However, on my way back, when I was travelling back, I finished listening to Nightmare of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. Yes, it was short, it was quick. I enjoyed it. It went in a way that I wasn't expecting. What happened was I wasn't expecting, based on the premise of like they're like, you know, doing a prank about this leaving like a dummy in like the cinema, and then the dummy getting up and walking out. I thought it was going to go in a different direction. Still enjoyed it. I'm thinking a 3-star. It's not as good as like The Only Good Indians, which I read by him in summer, which was super atmospheric. But yeah, no, I still enjoyed it. It was nice, quick and easy. So that means that because I switched Mindful of Birds out of my Magical-Hop-Athon TBR, so I have now completed the snacks prompts and the show prompt in the Magical Kingdom, and I just have the attractions prompt to complete, which I'm reading the Final Girl support group for, and I would have finished that park, and then I can move on to Epcot for that one, which is great and fantastic. So yeah, doing well on Magical-Hop-Athon. And then on Stabathon, I have now ticked off, this is my first book done for Stabathon, and I definitely thought I was going to be further in my Stabathon books because we're basically halfway through now. But I've ticked off 2 prompts, and that is Friday the 13th, read a book set during summer, because yeah, it's like the end of summer this happens, and then Get Out, read a book by a BIPOC author. So those 2 are done. I don't have a bingo. Did not plan that one out well, but we can get there, guys. We'll get there. Don't worry, don't worry. So yes, I think I'm going to focus on Dangerous Smoking in Bed so that I can get another one ticked off for Spoopathon. And then yes, I'm working my way through Final Goal support group for Stabathon and Magical-Hop-Athon, but I might pick up Blanky next for Stabathon, because then if I do that and then watch a horror film, then I'll have a line if I don't manage to read my other books at least. Yeah, let's do that, guys, let's do that. Hello, so it's Friday morning and I am just wrapping up the end of my week 1 of October vlog. I finished Dangerously Smoking in Bed. I'm giving it 3 stars. There was a couple of stories I liked. There was one which was quite long for a short story. I don't know, like I've not read that many short story collections, but it was much longer than the others, but I did enjoy it. I did really enjoy that story. But this collection wasn't as good as Things We Lost in the Fire, written by her. And yeah, I mean, Things We Written in the Fire was written, like I said, I think it was about 6 or so years after the first collection. So I think, you know, her writing style developed and changed. It was very much a very different collection, but I still enjoyed it, so I'm giving it a 3 star. So that is the second book of Spoopathon done. I'm ending this vlog here and I'm going to be starting week 2 now. So yeah, thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you next one. Bye.